Here we are at the Museum of the Mountain Man, Pinedale, Wyoming, May 2010 for the annual school days, and you've been up here for the last 3 days talking to lots and lots of school children from the whole southwest corner of Wyoming. You see way over there in the back, you can see some classes going on. That's the blacksmith over there. And over here on this side of the museum, let's back up here a little bit. There's classes going on over here in the lean-to that I just came from. And we have classes going on back there in the teepees. You see back there in the background. So we're talking about sign language, traps and tools and trapping of the mountain men, firearms, trade goods. We have a blacksmith. Inside they're talking about the Indian culture of the tribes that was in this area. So we do this every year for Sublette County, sponsored by the Museum of the Mountain Men here in Pinedale.
She's all like, "You can marry me!" And she's all, they were so excited. Well, later that day, the young boy and the young girl were married. And to this day, that's the legend of love flute. Now, mothers, they loved the flute. The reason why the mothers loved the flute so much, because when the boys were dating their daughters, they knew that if they could hear that music, the boys' hands were on the flute, not their daughters. So that's the legend of the Sioux love flute. What did you think of that?
Trapper, you've never been out here before. So you're riding along on your horse. How are you going to know where to trap? How?
Do you ask Indians or something?
You could ask Indians. Have you seen any beaver? Maybe beaver? That's Indian sign for beaver. There's the beaver tail slapping on the water. What else would you look for?
Go by the river and walk along and
By
see if
the
there's
river.
any slides.
Let's talk about the river, because if you're out on the prairie, are you going to find any beaver out there?
No.
No, so you got to look for water first.
Unless there's a pond in there.
Well, if there was a pond in the middle of the prairie, you might have a beaver there, but it wouldn't be the place you'd start, okay? And then what do beavers eat? Who knows what a beaver eats?
Wood?
Wood. They eat bark. Yeah, and what are their favorite kind of trees? Do you know?
Oh,
What?
I think maybe pine.
Maybe what? Pecan?
Pine.
Oh, pine. No, not pine. They grow along the creeks and streams.
Aspen?
Aspen is one. What's another one?
Oak.
Not oak.
Willow.
Willow is a good one. One more that they really like. Aspen, yes. And so if you're riding along the waters, whether it's a stream or a creek or a pond, and you're seeing aspen, cottonwood, and willow, there's a good chance there might be a beaver there. What else would you look for? What?
A dam.
A dam would be a good sign. What?
Tracks.
Tracks would be a good sign.
Gnawed trees.
Gnawed trees would be a good sign.
Some of the beaver signs are a beaver slide.
Beaver slide would be a good sign.
Teresa, I felt
Falling over trees.
Now let's go check in on the blacksmith and see what's going on over here. This is the bunkhouse on the right where we've been staying for the last 3 or 4 days, where we stay every year during the school days.
Would go on all night long, and partly because it was hard to travel in the dark. You know, you didn't have headlights on your wagon, and so you would need the daylight to be able to travel. So it was not uncommon for a barn dance to last the entire night and then go on. And so, Pa McAllister would come in and tell the blacksmith that, and then Mark would come in town and say, "Bill, what's new?" "Well, did you hear about the McGregor wedding?" "No, I didn't. Tell me about that." "Well, next month on the 14th, Sally and Billy Joe Bob over in Cooper's Holler are getting married, and it's going to be potluck and a hoedown. We got Grandpa McAllister coming in playing his fiddle." "Oh, that sounds like a great time. Yeah, I'll I'll go tell the wife and kids, and we'll come over to that. And most times, everybody was brought together in the community, and everyone came together. The kids, and a lot of times kids were put to bed at night, and then the parents would continue to dance during the day. So the blacksmith became very important in that aspect. The other thing that was important in early settlements was bartering. Who can tell me what bartering means? Anybody? Yes?
Working?
No, bartering. How many have ever done a trade? Okay. What did you trade? With her? You. Yeah.
Okay. My friend?
You traded your friend?
No.
You traded with your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you trade with her?
A piece of gum for $1.
Piece of gum for $1? Sounds like a good trade to me. That sounds more like selling. What would a trade really be? Yes.
I traded with my friend Pokemon cards.
Okay. Pokemon cards, yeah. You've got 2 Tyrannosaurus Rex Salacumunajigis, and you traded him for one totally awesome Godzilla monster. So, yeah, that's trading. Well, this is how it would have worked in the frontier. So Tom comes into town and says, Bill, my plow, it needs a new edge. I got a really rocky field and it just wears through that edge and it's all gone. Yeah, I got some new steel. I can put a new edge on it for you. You got anything to trade? Well, yeah, we raised a little.
Well, so that is the blacksmith at the Museum of the Mountain Man.
And so I got some.
Really?
Yep, really. He had a mirror. And incidentally, just so you can understand trade a little bit, a mirror in St. Louis sold for about a nickel. Out here it sold for about a quarter. Now, when the Indian girl had never seen her face before, what do you think that was worth, to see her face? I mean, you girls like looking in the mirrors every once in a while, don't you? How'd you like to never have seen your face before? And then somebody says, I got something here for you. But I'd like a beaver hide for it. She had plenty of beavers. That's a good trade to her. So she traded a beaver hide for that. Now the mountain men got $5 for that beaver hide. And that was a lot of money back then. That was equivalent to almost $500 today. Now the Indian girl, she traded a beaver hide for it. But she could go to the chief's daughter and maybe get 2 horses for that same mirror. So trade was good. It took care of a lot of people and different things because each side had things that was valuable to them. And trading was good. Now the mountain man might go to rendezvous. He'd pick up a gun like this for $6. So about $600 nowadays. So trade was a good thing, and that's the way it went on. It wasn't about fighting and stealing, and it was about trading and trapping.
For the gun, is that